Welcome in. It is another edition of the On the Mic podcast, a part of Calf Kick Sports here. Mike Pendleton. And I feel like I've never done an interview where we talked about a matchup and then I interview the fighter after his fight. And in the next fight, I feel like a lot of the same questions. I'm going to try to be better than that. So, welcoming back to the podcast once again, PFL Heavyweight Daniel James. Daniel, welcome back. And we got Tyrell Fortune for you again.
Yeah, I know. I heard. I heard.
You will be
I
taking on
heard.
Tyrell Fortune on June 13th in Connecticut. Obviously not thrilled. I can sense that. Let me just start with your initial thoughts. Like, was there any pushback of like, what are we doing here? Or what was your initial thoughts?
Yeah, it was when I heard, I was like, are we going through this shit again? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't, because the last fight they say Fortune pulled out for some reason. I don't when people tell me that stuff, I don't care if it's like I don't know what it is. It could be personal issues, life threatening issues or anything like that. So I don't put it past nobody saying, oh, they had to pull out. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I hope whatever he had to pull out for it was worth it. But I'm just tired of hearing his name. I'm just tired of you know, dealing with certain things in the sport. And it's like, I'm in a tournament. I'm one of the guys that's leading the tournament, the heavyweight division, and for you to bring his name back up after everybody will work their ass off to get their wins, and he come right in and fight me. I don't think he earned it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I would assume that, and I know what assumption's done, but I would assume that gets you even more fired up for this matchup. Because, like you said, you're sick and tired of his name. You're one
Yeah,
step closer in this tournament to the playoffs, to that $1 million, to that belt. So, coming in with a little more, I don't want to say motivation, but a little more kind of readiness to finish this chapter, close this book, so to speak.
yeah, ready. We ready to close this chapter right now. Like we like really been in. We've been busting our ass, training hard. Hired a new strength and conditioning coach, John Secor from Spear Training Facility of Vernon Hills. Uh, got the wrestling coaches back in, got the alumni guys back in. We just been going crazy, nonstop, every day, no days off. We just really coming to shut it up, uh, kill all the doubters, and keep moving forward. You know what I'm saying? And not worry about anything else. We just focus on what's in front of us, knock it down, and go through the next door. That's it.
I can sense, the focus and the readiness from you. Not that you never not, but and what about so the last time I spoke to you, I also spoke to Tyrell, and he made it very clear to me. He said, "My last name is Fortune, and that's what I'm here to do." He didn't care about the belts. He didn't care about. He just wanted to make money. Well, as a guy who, as I talked to you in the past, not only cares about obviously the $1 million, but representing where you're from, Chicago, representing getting a belt, bringing it back home. When you hear a guy, and everyone's got their reasons for fighting, but he's in your way to your grand prize, and he's just here for money, from what he said, does that make you go, all right, man, get out of my way? Let's fight. Let me get you, let me get you out the way because I got more goals than just money.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? My whole thing is it ain't about me. At the end of the day, I do make a living doing this, a good living. But when you fight against someone, just they focus on just the money issue and everything like that. Clearly, the love for the sport is not there. Everybody needs to make some money, but my whole thing is I have a lot riding on this. I inspire people, motivate people, push people through this whole platform of fighting that I'm doing. It's just that fighting happens to be the platform. So you know what I'm saying. People always let me know how they intrigue and how inspiring that they are inspired they are by me. You know what I'm saying. Not taking nothing from whatever fortune reason is behind it. Good job. But every man is built different, and I have a whole different mental focus for this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about my name. It's not about a fortune. Not about the predator. It's about Daniel James going in there to do what he got to do to continue this chapter and move forward to the next door, to the next door, to the next door, and then when it becomes just about the money, that's when it's time for me to hang it up.
Well, I love that answer. Let's go back to your last fight, the opening round of the PFL tournament against Marcelo Gome. You got it done in the first round, quick six. What was that first round like? I know it was a lot of back and forth, but once you weathered that storm, man, you just unloaded. And let me ask you this, because I was mad myself that I wasn't able to attend, but let me ask, was there a sense of frustration with those shots at the end of the round?
Yes, you could tell. Yes, man. I be like, I'm like, I could punch somebody all damn day, but when you take the elbows up out of it, you be like, what the hell? How many times I gotta punch the guy for you to stop it? Like, and when I was throwing the punches and everything, first off the fight, I started off the fight a little different, had to refocus and get mental back there, and but just the whole process of training and weight cutting and everything. Um, but when we got in the fight, we got the job done. We didn't have a bad fight, but we just stuck to the game plan. But when I got on top and started to ground and pound, when you take elbows up out of it, you don't realize how important those elbows is to finish a fight because you just keep throwing the punches down and down and down. God damn. You had to do a lot of ground and pound training.
Look,
Like,
I'm not
God,
one of
yes.
the guys who sits behind the microphone and acts like he's technical because I don't spend hours upon hours in the gym, although I have trained. But I remember looking at my girl watching the fight and I go, I think he's mad. I was like, I think he's mad.
Yeah.
I was like, you can just sense the frustration. But obviously you got the job done. But you mentioned a good point
Yeah.
about no elbows, not just for yourself, but for like fighters and the fans who will watch this. Just how big of a change is it in coaching and strategy and in game plan? Because you could resort to elbows, outside of this tournament that you have to game plan to
Yeah.
go, I don't want to throw illegal strikes and I need to get the job done. How much does that change?
It does change a lot because sometimes you do forget though. Because I be in training and when I'm in there training and sometimes coach say no elbows, I'll be like, fuck. And I throw an elbow. You know what I'm saying? But it's a big change. It's just like I just think just implementing just like those habits into training and taking those elbow habits up out of training needs is necessary because they ain't gonna lie, as a person that's been throwing elbows every fight, you looking like, man, you sometimes you forget. It's like, it's like forgetting to throw a jab and throw a kick, right? You know what I'm saying? But no, it's something that's fixable. You know what I'm saying? It's just the elbows up out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little bit extra push that you have to do in a fight to get the job done, especially when a person on the ground. An elbow, one or two strikes from an elbow is over with. Complete that with ground and pounding. That's about 3 to 4 shots for me.
So is it safe to say we may see some frustrating finishes as this tournament continues?
Yeah, because right now you're just like you beating them until you see blood. Or like shit. I mean, but it's whatever. It has to happen.
But with that being said, we are on on to the next round. And obviously I didn't want to jump the gun and go too far because I know you're a guy who looks one fight at a time. But now that we're in the next stage of this tournament and you have Tyrell Fortune to take care of, and you want to close that chapter, is there any name at the top of this bracket that you would like to see come playoff time specifically?
The finish out, man, it's only the two names that's just at the top. That's Hannon and Francis. Those are two guys that I guess you're supposed to get to at the end of the tournament. After the guy that's in front of me, it's only one end goal. You know what I'm saying? To fight with either one of those guys. But right now in the tournament and everything, it's whoever they put in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's whatever pawn they put in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Because right now we're just pawns trying to get into you know what I'm saying, the kings of the, you know what I'm saying, that's at the top. They reigning right now. So, Hannon Ferreira is reigning. He's a reigning champ. You know what I'm saying? He has to fight Francis to see, you know what I'm saying? So it's always a setup for something different. But like I said, I just worry about the next pawn in front of me. And once I cross that path of pawns and everything, I become royalty. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it.
You must have had this rehearsed because, again, every time I talk to you, man, you got me ready
No,
to go, man. You always got me fired
no,
up every time we talk. I mean, I don't know where you come up
no,
with this stuff. You're not just sitting there. Listen, are you in on this Kendrick and Drake beef too? Are you listening to lyrics now when
no.
you're interviews? You're like, man,
No,
I
man.
got something for Mike.
No, no, Mike. It's just how I am, man. It rolls off like this. I listen to a lot of motivation. I talk a lot of motivation, and I try to stay motivated. You know what I'm saying? I try not to let any bad influential things into my life or my mindset or anything, man. I'm always thinking about the next big step or the next big opportunity. So I'm always gonna speak greatness into existence. That's it.
I love it. Well, I'm gonna ask anyways. Have you been listening to the Kendrick Drake beef?
Yeah, yeah. I
Who's
listen
winning?
for yeah.
As a fighter, who's winning?
I go with Kendrick.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of like the
That's
popular.
kind of yeah,
Yeah,
kind
and
of
like
like
a
the
lot
popular
of people
thing.
are saying it. I've stayed out of
But
it.
I listened kind of a few times, but it's like mm, Kendrick is a more of a. I think Kendrick and J. Cole is really lyrical, very very lyrical, very intelligent and lyrical people, man. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick and J. Cole and everything. I
Yeah,
like Drake
absolutely.
though, but I think like I think J. Cole is I respect J. Cole when he said he didn't want to go back at it like that. He didn't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? I respect
Absolutely.
him on that. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to see so much BS, but it's good for the sport. It's hip hop, you know what I'm saying? And you can understand what these dudes saying. It ain't that mumble shit.
Right. All my whole take on the beef is like Drake has 50-year-old women at like middle of nowhere clubs like bumping his music, and I'm like, if you've got 50-year-old women bumping your music, I'm not taking you too serious in a rap beef in 2024. I digress. However,
Yeah,
you did mention Henan
yeah.
Ferreira and Francis Ngannou, and obviously super tragic and sad news with Francis
Yeah, yeah,
Ngannou and the
man.
passing of his son. Do you think right now the focus for anyone, not just yourself, but the focus for anyone in the heavyweight tournament, as much as Francis is the biggest prize of them all, even for Henan Ferreira, the focus should just be, let's get through this tournament. Ferreira should fight the winner of the tournament, and then we can bring in Francis at a later time whenever he's ready to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think so. That man just had something tragic happen in his life. You know what I'm saying? And for him to lose a child, man, that's ooh, man. I just look at my little boy. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can't even feel his pain. You know what I'm saying? It's not, he didn't lose a cousin or a mom or a friend or anything. He lost a child. And my condolences go out to him and his family, man. I hope that brother stay strong through the whole process. But like you said, man, just focus on the people in front of you right now. And right now, when you get a guy that just went through some stuff like that, you get a bunch of idiots want to say, oh, I want Francis next. No, that man just went through something. There ain't no time to say who you want. He's well off in his life right now. Like he decided to come, he decided not to. You know what I'm saying? Like you worry about the people in front of you and make that happen. When you get there, you know what I'm saying? Then that's when the jobs need to be considered and done.
I got two more for you, and because I know you have a love for boxing, I do got to ask. It's coming up, which I think about a week and a half away. Alexander Usyk, Tyson Fury. How do you see that fight going?
And I like Tyson Fury. I like Tyson Fury. I like the other guy. I like Atlanta too. But um, I think this might be a decision type fight to me. I don't really see this fight being finished like what I'm saying, like heavy knockout power. I don't see Tyson Fury as having heavy knockout power or Alexander having crazy knockout power, but they have the ability to. You know what I'm saying? But I just think this fight is going to be, if it's one, it's going to be, if it is a stoppage, I think it'll be stopped in the sixth round.
I like it. I
Tyson
like the.
Fury, I think Tyson Fury stops him in the sixth round.
Well, last one for me, and I do always appreciate your time. It's a two-parter, so I'm kind of cheating here. Yeah, first and foremost, tell everyone what we should expect in this fight against Tyrell Fortune, and also, as you said, you are a very motivational guy. You listen to a lot of motivation. You put a lot of motivational stuff out there. So with what should we expect for Tyrell Fortune? Where is Daniel James at now that we're in that second stage and you're one step closer to the main goal?
Man, well, what Daniel James is, Daniel James is at the top of the mountain right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still, I'm at the top of the mountain, but I'm never full. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing you can expect to this fight is just a hardworking guy that's going there to put his all on the line and make it happen. I leave it all in the ring.
I appreciate it very much. It goes down June 13th, Thursday, live in Connecticut. You can catch it on ESPN Plus. It's Daniel James, it's Tyrell Fortune, round 2 of the PFL Heavyweight Tournament. Daniel James, thank you as always, my man. Can't wait to watch your fight.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you, Mike, man. Look forward to seeing you soon, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, baby. Yep, take it easy.